In this video, I will be talking about Bitcoin and its crazy important consolidation phase, because yes, we've been trading sideways for quite a while right now, and I will be talking about the most important levels that could be of course telling us that we are either going to get a massive pump or a massive breakdown on this market right now. So make sure to watch this video till the end. Yes, the price action is boring, but this is of course once again going to be a huge opportunity, because at some point Bitcoin is going to generate a huge move. On top of that, I will be not only talking about Bitcoin, but as well on the S&P 500, because currently it is forming one of the most craziest bullish bias reversal patterns, and I will be talking about what kind of effect this will be having on the market here. So this and much more will be getting discussed on today's video, so slap up a like button. On the previous video, we smashed it up to 513 likes. Let's do it again. Let's smash it up above 500 likes, and let's dive right away in towards the content. And let me start off with discussing Bitcoin on the 1 hour time frame, because like you can see, Bitcoin, of course, it's currently weekend. We closed the CME gap on 21,000 US dollars, and right now we cleared this very important level of very strong resistance from the past, but right now it is going to be flipping into support right here. So let's see how it is going to be playing out here. But like we can clearly see, we broke above a critical level of resistance, we retested it, we moved up, and we're currently once again forming a retest. If we're once again going to come up a little bit here and we're going to form a short-term top here, we could be in for, of course, somewhat like a left shoulder, head, right shoulder, head and shoulders pattern, right? So please make sure to look out for that one. But so far, we're still holding on towards this previous resistance that currently is flipping into support. But the real things are starting to get interested in if we're going to be looking at the 4 hourly time frame, right? So on the 4 hourly time frame, Bitcoin is still trading sideways, Bitcoin is still consolidating, and definitely we could be arguing about some support levels to look at, right? So definitely I will be approaching this as a horizontal support range to look at. So of course, as long as we're holding on towards this lower bounce over here and we're not forming a lower low than these lows right here, we're probably not going to see a significant market dump here. And as well on the top side, these are very big levels I'm currently aiming for, but I'm setting up these levels very wide. Is because really clearly, if we're going to look at Bitcoin, we're only really going to confirm either a bullish breakout or a bearish breakout if we do break above the range high and if we do break below the range low, right? So we are clearly in a sideways consolidation phase. So far on the lower side, this is definitely a buy range, and of course, unless we break below it, it's going to be a shorting range. And the top side is definitely going to be a sell range. Unless we break above it, it's going to be a buy range again, right? So we are definitely in this sideways price action on, for Bitcoin, just like last time around over here as well. We could have used the same strategy. Of course, if you break below the range low, and especially if you're going to get a retest, that is going to be your confirmation to look lower. And of course, if you're breaking above the range high, you're going to be seeing a further continuation towards higher targets, right? So same theory over there worked just perfectly, and I definitely think we should use the same theory once again on this market right now. So really, when are we going to actually be bullish? If we break above the 22.8k, and really, when are we really going to be bearish? It's going to be below an 18,000 US dollar Bitcoin. Then also really looking at the daily time frame, you could be approaching it a little bit differently. On the daily time frame, I should be approaching it like this here, because on the daily time frame you can clearly see, yeah, somewhat of history is in the repeating right now here. We're once again forming a consolidation phase, and Bitcoin, yeah, when it is going to be breaking down, we need to be closing a daily candle below the lower side, and also on the top side, if we see a confirmation on a daily candle above the high over here in the market, then we're going to be looking more bullish. Then we're looking for more continuation towards the upside. So far, we have not seen that yet so far, and I'm still going to be remaining very neutral. So still, we are consolidating. We're getting sideways, and really looking at the RSI, we can see the RSI is still climbing up and up and up. And you can see last time around, the point that we did broke the RSI uptrend was the point we were going to see that significant correction wave down here. And once again, right now, we're still holding on towards the RSI uptrend, but potentially as soon as we do break it, we could be in for, of course, that significant correction, right? So as long as we're holding on towards that RSI uptrend, it also is going to be quite all right. More importantly, looking at the S&P 500, you can clearly see we've been predicting what the S&P 500 has been doing pretty perfectly so far, and look what you can see right here. We're forming a beautiful falling wedge pattern here, right? Falling wedge pattern is a typical more kind of a bullish bias reversal pattern. It does get created in downtrends, and it gets formed from peaks in the market. So currently we can see, of course, the market is falling down significantly. Yesterday we saw a little bit of a green day, and of course due to that, Bitcoin also had a green day, because Bitcoin and the S&P 500 are highly correlated between each other. But currently it is running in towards this critical resistance range right here, like you can see, right? So We found significant resistance right here, and of course here on the top side on the 22nd of April. So once again, we're testing this level. If we're going to be breaking above it, it's going to be having a very positive result in the market. It's going to be leading towards higher price targets. Of course, there are some levels of resistance still ahead of ourselves. But if we're going to look at a price target for this falling wedge, it's going to be all the way on the top side. What is going to be an approximately 18% move for the S&P 500. And of course, considering the fact that currently oil prices are dropping, copper prices are dropping, lumber wood prices are dropping, basically all the resource prices are dropping, we could definitely argue, okay, peak inflation is currently behind us, and due to that, we can be finding a short-term bottom, and that could be leading towards higher prices on the S&P 500 and also thus far on Bitcoin, because they have that correlation with each other. So that is of course a pretty bullish signal, and that is also a reason why I could be saying, okay, are we right now finding that short-term bottom on Bitcoin? And more importantly, zooming in, really looking at this important resistance range like last time around, right? So before really going exponential into the bull market, Bitcoin found a lot of trouble on that 18 to 20,000 US dollar range, right? If you just see this purple level right here and we're going to the right, you can clearly see that previous major resistance is currently flipping into major support, right? So pretty interesting how these things turn around here, and it wouldn't be all to be surprising if this is of course the range where we're really going to be finding that short-term bottom. I'm not necessarily saying we can't go lower into this year, but personally, for the coming 2 months, I think we found the bottom here in the market as well. Like I told you, considering the fact what the S&P 500 is currently doing, considering the fact peak inflation is probably here, this could be of course a very good short-term bottom on the market we're currently finding here. So yeah, pretty interesting what we're currently experiencing here, and I do think it's more than likely to get a bounce from off this level. And if you did got a trade here on the lower side, you are doing an absolutely amazing job. And of course as well, if we're setting up the pi cycle bottom indicator, it did as well indicate the bear market bottom was already formed. So let's see how this one is going to be playing out in the future. Then also looking at some more interesting consolidation phases on the daily time frame, we can clearly see, okay, Bitcoin right now still squeezing the price action in towards an apex on this daily time frame. Yeah, there could be some more volatility coming in towards the charts in towards the coming 11 days here. So let's see how it's going to be playing out. Of course, guys, once again, going to say it, if you want to be trading this market, check out the links in the description. You can trade on Bybit or on BitGet. BitGet is a very US friendly exchange. Make sure to check it out in the link in the description right now. And if you are going to be able to get these trades in from the bottom, you could be in for, of course, a massive profit. So make sure to check out BitGet in the link in the description for all my US traders, because it's a very US friendly exchange. No KYC, no VPN. So make sure to definitely check that out. Also looking at the weekly time frame for Bitcoin, once again saying, if you really can get that trade on the lower side in, what I am currently trying to do here, it could be a very profitable trade, because the weekly time frame for Bitcoin forming, of course, a falling wedge here, and this falling wedge is currently at the lower side of the wedge, and that is definitely the more low risk range of the wedge we're currently trading at. So let's see how it's going to be playing out here. Of course, price targets are insane, but we're not necessarily going to be talking about price targets because we're not even clear towards a breakout so far, but definitely we are trading at support, and support is meant for buying. So guys, this was already it for today's update video. If you do enjoy these update videos, make sure to smash up the like button on today's video. Consider subscribing to the channel as well. And of course, if you want to be learning how to copy trade, check out the video that's currently popping up above. And we'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace out, goodbye, and I'll see you guys on the next one.